Morning, Terry. Morning, Arnie. Dan. Mitch. Morning, everyone.
Morning, Terry.
Morning, Terry.
Morning, Terry.
Now, who's here?
You okay?
I've got you for a crew. What do you think? Whoever you are.
Terry misplaced his glasses, so for the rest of the meeting, I'm going to be his eyes.
Thank you, Matt.
How did you forget your glasses?
I wear glasses.
He misplaced them.
Where did you misplace them?
Oh, that's a really dumb question.
If you knew where you misplaced them, they wouldn't be missing. Good point, Ken.
Good point, Ken.
Thanks, Matt.
You know, not necessarily. He may remember where he placed them, but since he can't see, he doesn't know where they are.
That's a good point, but he just doesn't really remember where he put them.
Kills that theory.
Good effort, though.
Good effort, though.
What's the meeting about today?
The meeting today.
Thank you, Matt. I am blind, not dumb.
No, you are kind of stupid.
Well, dumb doesn't mean stupid. It just means that he can't speak.
It doesn't?
That makes sense, because John is really dumb.
You mean stupid.
Both.
So what does moron mean?
Means you're a dumbass.
An ass that can't talk.
No, an ass that shouldn't.
Talking ass.
So dumb means you can't talk.
Dumbass means you're a moron.
Like stupid.
Idiot.
Knucklehead.
Thunderhead.
Dunderhead.
Loggerhead.
Does anyone see me?
Lunkhead.
Blockhead.
Bonehead!
Muttonhead.
Numbskull. It doesn't have to have the word head in it.
Aren't we supposed to be having a meeting?
Shut up, Dan.
Can we get on with the meeting, please? Now, Ken is our lead actor and the only man with a trailer.
Yeah, my trailer.
Shut up, Dan. And he's also our biggest investor.
I gave him $45.
Well. Look who's the high roller.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
And as our biggest investor, he is in charge of our finances.
There won't be a lot of work for you.
We're finally getting paid?
Shut up, Dan.
Wait, we're getting money?
Listen, you little tweed-wearing twit. You still owe me money.
You can't see, right?
No. What did he do?
He called you number one.
Anyways, Matt is the stunt coordinator. Donna.
I've got my acting role.
Oh, what are you playing?
Richard.
Oh,
And Bug, you are in charge of catering.
you got it, Carl. I got the cooler and the box of granola bars.
What? You serious?
I'll be handling the directing, Arnie will be handling the scheduling, and Rob will be in charge of security, starting with guarding Judy.
Guarding Judy from who?
The public.
Who's gonna hurt her?
The other way around, kid. Judy's got a temper.
Bitch still owes me money.
Not now, Donna.
I know. I'm just saying.
Dan. Thank you. Ken.
What's this?
The budget.
It says $20 and a tin of coffee. Are you serious?
We need coffee, dude.
I was talking about the $20.
How else do you expect to get the coffee? Jeez, Ken, you can be really dumb sometimes.
You mean stupid.
Both.
Is there any questions? Good. I will see you guys on set. Thank you, Mitch. Oh, I forgot. Ooh.
That's gotta be from Mark.
Yep.
Chris did it.
Definitely Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Have you seen my glasses?
No, but I have Terry's.
Put them in Ken's trailer.
All right.
You see? That's what you get for being the new guy, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know my line is.
It doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't.
I'd really prefer it if you talk to me. Tell me your hopes, your dreams, try to make
Dude, that's awesome. Well, I'll put out of money in my future, my dreams are very sexual.
Tell me that's a blooper.
I can go
That's the blooper. That's the blooper. We all just stop like, what is going on?
Wow. Good evening, everyone. It is a cool Wednesday evening here in Exeter, New Hampshire. Gone is the heat of the summer, the oppressive, stifling, stinking, heinous, odious, overwhelming, lamentable, horrible heat that has plagued my existence not only on the show, because I sweat like a horse in a glue factory, but in my whole life as a whole. I said whole twice. Summer marks the time of the movie blockbuster, where most to all film studios bank on making their big bucks, pulling themselves out of the red and into the black. The summer blockbuster was started by the film Jaws, directed by Steven Spielberg, bringing people out of the breathless, ruthless, unrelenting, slap your grandmother in the face heat and into the movie theaters. Where's I going with this? All right. But sadly, a recent report shows that this year the majority of the money earned at the box office goes into the pocket of the George Orwell's 1984 nightmare come true, Disney Studios. Even though the mouse that rules the house and is swimming in the dough like Scrooge McDuck, copyright Disney Studios, has been the highest grosser at the box office, the theater as a whole has been going down steadily when it comes to income. This, of course, comes from a report in which I don't really care to read because that would take time, and I'm too busy enjoying not being hot and sweating like a pig in Spanish. I don't actually know what that saying means. I just looked it up on Google. They're the other ones that rule the other half of the world, in case you're wondering who is going up against the mouse. Now, I know you're all wondering, was it really that hot? Did Terry really slap his grandmother? And I'm pretty sure that's not what 1984 was about. Well, to answer your thoughts, yes, it was that hot. I don't even know my grandmother's. And it's the early late night live show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. So let's roll the opening credits. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the early late night live show. We are on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8, and I just noticed I got a hole in my jeans, so I'm going to cover it up like this. This is not for style. This is for the fact that I ruined my jeans. All right, anyways, we're on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on Exeter Channel 98 and on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube channel. Please make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and share with your friends and enemies alike. You know, we have some people on the show tonight, an actor and a director who are guaranteed to bring down the house. But right before the show got started, Mitch Vortier brought down the house by knocking over the sign.
Well, there's nothing holding it up, so it wasn't really hard to do.
Yes. All of a sudden, right before we got going, I heard a crash. You know, I looked over and Mitch and KJ were frantically trying to respell their names.
I needed KJ's help for that.
We couldn't figure out which letter came first in her name. Her initials are KJ. The Q is silent.
The really funny part was that of all the letters that I couldn't find, it was the I. So I felt like I was like looking around on the floor for my contacts. I'm like, I can't find my I. Jack's like, what are you looking for? I'm like,
Anyway, sitting with us, unfortunately, and always is my sister KJ.
Hey, I'm back.
You're back, yes. Where were you last week?
I was in a meeting. It was fun.
Yeah, well, Kate Epper says she's an honorary trainer now.
Yeah, we kind of need that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kate.
It's like she's not even like a guest on the show anymore. She's just sort of like part of the show. She's waiting for one of y'all to die, or me. I don't know. It could be me too. You know.
Watch your back, bitch.
Gary Russell says, "Is this supposed to be rated PG?" No unnecessary skin, Terry. Oh, my knee. Yes. Okay.
Very distracting.
Yes, very distracting. If it was 1884, maybe, I don't know.
PG-18.
PG-18. Do you know what movie? Quick quiz. You know what movie PG-13 came out in?
I feel like I should know the answer to that, but I don't offhand.
Temple of Doom.
Oh, interesting.
Temple of Doom came out. It was Steven Spielberg's suggestion because Temple of Doom was pretty violent, more violent than Raiders of the Lost Ark, and we thought there should be something between R and PG. So if you are a parent who is apparently caring about what your kid's watching, all right, and you see a movie that was like I think that came out in like 1985 or something like that, and it says PG, that could have a lot of stuff in it.
You want to know an embarrassing secret?
What?
I've never actually seen that movie.
You never actually seen Temple of Doom?
No, I've seen all the others, but I haven't seen.
I don't know that you should be terribly embarrassed by that.
Nah, not really. A little
like
bit.
I mean, I saw the Young Indiana Jones series, but I didn't see Temple of Doom.
It is kind of ironic that you've gone that
I had
far.
mixed feelings about the Young Indiana Jones series.
Well, the Young Indiana Jones series is really long. Temple of Doom is just a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't. I was watching it. My housemates were watching it and I just would join them when they watched it. So
Yeah, your siblings, you mean, right?
yeah, it sounds better when you say, "Oh, how's me?" You say like I sat down with my 6-year-old brother and watched Young Indiana Jones. It doesn't quite sound so cool.
About to say, Arnie, you're sitting with your brother right now. Like,
Yeah, but you weren't the one I was watching it with.
Oh, that's true. Yes, I did watch it on my own. Anyways, but
I haven't seen them.
you never seen a Young Indiana Jones? It's good. It's actually quite good. The second, when he got older, when he wasn't quite so young, that was the better series. It's quite dark, actually. It wasn't a big adventure.
Yeah, I wasn't all that thrilled with the Mata Hari episode.
Yeah.
That was
Anyways, but I
uncomfortable.
think we're gonna get on to the news. Mitch Forty has got the news. And
Good.
he's got it nicely written out right there.
I
Right?
do, but you didn't ask me how I was doing,
Oh, right. Yes.
or introduce me, or any of that
I did.
stuff like
You
you usually
did.
do.
You talked
Yeah.
about you knocking over the sign.
Oh, yeah, I guess you can. So that was my introduction.
That was, yeah.
My failure in
I'm surprised
life.
you wanted to bring it back.
All right. Hang on a second. Good evening. Welcome to the Early Late Night Live Show on every Wednesday night, 7 to 8, Access Channel 98, and our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube channel. Sitting with me here in the studio because you can't get enough abuse, Mitch Fortier. How you doing?
I'm good, Terry. How are
There
you?
we go. Good. Good. We're back. Okay. Can we get on with the damn news now?
First one.
You have
We
something to
can, but
say?
I do. I actually do have some other stuff to say. But
Okay,
a
well,
nice shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like it's a fall theme. I don't know if you haven't seen noticed
well,
our
yeah. I
guests
like
or
your
whatever.
shirt,
So we're gonna
actually,
be
yeah.
like
I don't
fall.
blend
You
right
didn't
here,
get the memo apparently,
I
but
like
our
your
guests
jeans
are
too, because the jeans are slightly faded, but they don't have a gaping
No hole.
in it.
designer fade, by
The
the way.
designer fade, yeah, But do you have anything else to say about that? About that, you like
Well,
commented
actually,
about my attire when I walked
no.
in.
Well, I kind of do. I've just got this thing about what I'm wearing today because I put a sweater on and I was feeling very sad about that because summer is coming to an end and fall is around the corner. But I'm like, I'm cold today. I'm putting a
whole
sweater
monologue
on.
is about how much I hate the heat. My entire monologue is
See,
about
see,
it.
that's-
Me, I love the heat.
See, that's why we have both of you on the show, because you have diametrically opposing opinions.
I oppose you.
We don't like big words like that. Okay,
This could be a very
I'm
didactic.
pretty sure I pronounced them all correctly this time, too.
just names you got a problem with.
So you're probably wondering why I put on I wasn't just cold because it's getting cooler out.
Right.
I spent all day in a refrigerator. Literally all day in a refrigerator. Working
They-
in a sausage factory.
Now we're not that type of show, but there's a lot I could say about that.
Trust me, there's plenty of jokes flying all day. But anyway, they have a freezer there that's actually minus 10 degrees.
What were you doing? Okay, first of all, not a shocker to me that they have a freezer in there, but like you sort of like missed over the fact that you were in a sausage
Yeah,
factory.
I was on a
Now-
shoot, so I was doing.
Right, okay, all
Yeah.
right. That's sort of like saying, I would, the whole entire boat was hijacked. They had a really good buffet. Wait a minute. Wait a second. I think you sort of like skipped over the important part here.
So I have to work on my setup, is what you're saying.
Yes. All right. So what were you shooting in
It was essentially a documentary for that particular company who got money to help, excuse me, build out that facility from the bank that we're doing the commercials for.
Oh,
So
wow. All right.
it was pretty fun.
Right.
Anyway, so box office news, not a heck of a lot going on this week. It Chapter 2's in week 2, and they've reached 152 million in total gross or domestically. So they're doing really, really well.
I have a friend at work saw it and he said it was really good. So
Stephen King is just like, they're making everything he's ever written into movies or shows now. Like they just announced a new show. Don't ask me what the name of it is, but they just announced that they're doing
because
that
I
as
asked you
well.
what the name of it was because he said, "Oh, an
That's
actor
a
might not
different
be able to
show.
work
That's
with us."
actually
Oh,
season
different
2 of that show.
Okay, different show.
And it's a Warner Brothers owned production too, so yay.
So it's not
Go
Disney.
Warner Brothers.
Yes, thank you. All
I
right.
still love that line. Brother, other brother from
Oh yes,
Looney
yes,
Tunes back
yes.
in action. Anyway,
We have
I'm
people
sorry.
on the
That's
show
so
who
now,
have worked
fine.
on a Hamlet. And we're referencing Looney Tunes back in action.
Both are classics.
See, people who are Looney Tunes fans don't consider Looney Tunes back in action a classic. Okay, it's pretty bad. There's one with Brendan Fraser who's good. I liked it.
Compared to a 400-year-old production, it's not a
Oh man, I'm sorry.
News, right? Yes,
I'm sorry.
news.
It's
Yes.
supposed to be your part of the segment.
I have no, tie, whatever,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. But anyway, we got some birthdays. Tommy Lee Jones turned 73 on the 15th.
Oh, Tommy Lee Jones, yes. I love that Tommy Lee Jones.
Speaking of classics.
Pretty
Why
awesome,
did we
right?
pick, out of all the photos we
Sure.
picked, picked that photo, though? That photo, can we put the photo back up of Tommy Lee Jones?
It was the one.
He looks like he's saying to the camera, "Why you take my photo? You take my photo right now. Take that camera away. It's my birthday and I'm not happy."
Look over here, please.
I went along with the people who then gave me the information about his birthday. That's the picture
Yeah,
that they
that's
chose.
the picture
so
they chose, right? Yeah.
the fact that I let it happen and continued,
yes.
that's on me. I propagated. Oh man.
He's not going to be a guest.
Yeah,
on the show
he's not
ever.
going to be happy. No, yeah. I do love him as an
He's
actor. though.
awesome,
I
though.
really do.
He is awesome.
Jada Pinkett Smith turns 48. Why did I bring her name up? She's doing something.
Well, she has the Red Table Talks on Facebook, which I really enjoy watching.
Oh, yeah?
Have you guys seen that?
What's that?
It's she, her mother, and her daughter. They just bring someone in and interview them about something to do with their lives, and like for instance, they had Will Smith on, and they were talking about working through marriage problems and stuff like that.
Right, 'cause they've been together forever. I mean,
Yeah, they have.
I think it's been his
They
only
have.
marriage too, right?
No, second marriage.
Is his second marriage?
Yeah,
Okay.
second marriage for him, first for her.
Right.
But no, I just find it's a nice show to watch because it's just very open dialogue, very,
Right.
anyway.
Neat.
So it's on
What's it
second
called
season.
again?
Red Table Talk.
Red Table Talk.
Yep.
Wait a
Cool.
second, but she actually has his last name.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
So that's actually really rare because they're both actors. Mm-hmm. It's kind of cool though in a way.
I don't know if Pinkett
Yeah.
is her maiden name,
Pinkett,
probably.
I think is
Well, that was her name when she was acting before she married him. So
Hmm.
Jada Pinkett, and then she just had Smith.
They have a pretty
afterwards.
amazing relationship, apparently. So
Yeah,
it's
they
like
do, and
one
they
of
worked hard
those-
at it. So
Yeah. She was really good for the first couple seasons of Gotham
yeah,
that I saw her in that. Yeah.
yeah, she was really good.
Yeah.
Fish, right?
Yes, she played Fish. Yes.
So
So I don't know. I didn't watch the whole series. I do want to watch more of the series. It's a very violent TV series. It's really good, but it's a very violent TV.
what I like about it is it
series.
goes right back to the gangster origins of Batman. So
Yeah.
to me, I find that really enjoyable because this is what Batman's supposed to be: gangsters.
Just
Like,
for those of you who are just tuning into their late night live show, all roads on the show lead to two things: Star Wars and Batman. That's all
Trek.
roads.
Yeah, there's probably a couple of other things we can sprinkle in there, but
Yeah, yeah,
you
but
get the point.
Yeah. All right, what else we got in the news?
Mortal Kombat had made a film back in the 90s, I think.
Yep, I
That
think
was
so,
a
yeah.
complete and total, just fairly a disaster for all intents and purposes.
Yep.
It was not very well liked by fans or critics, but so they're giving it another shot.
This
Like,
failed
we can
miserably the
do
first
better.
time. Why don't we just go for it? Go down fighting, guys.
to the death, Mortal Kombat, and all that.
So Warner Brothers is trying to revive this with New Line Cinema. The release target date's like 2021 though, so it's kind of down the road.
It's not really that far down the road, though.
Well,
It's
I mean,
almost
not
2020,
not for films. I guess they've started filming, but there's a this was a big. What made this kind of interesting? Well, at first, what caught my eye was that somebody tweeted out a photo of literally just a clapboard with a blurry background with some numbers on it that had nothing to do with Mortal Kombat whatsoever. But apparently, so they're like, "Oh, they're filming Mortal Kombat. Look at this. We've got proof." And I'm like. How's
That's
that
the-
proof?
so that's the photo right
that's
there,
the
yes.
photo. I'm like, how is that proof?
That
That
is-
could be any film on any
That
planet.
looks like a stock photo. That clapper looks 25 years old.
Symbol
Sure.
on the little black bit, is that like the Mortal Kombat
Nope.
symbol? No?
Nope. Oh,
Okay.
wait, up on the top left-hand corner? No. I
No, the
think-
bottom,
No,
the
no,
bottom
the bottom.
center.
Oh, the bottom
middle.
right. No, that's like a.
A thing?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the frame rate. I think is what it was. I was looking at it. I can't
No, the
remember.
bottom in the black section. Is that?
Oh! Did I totally miss that? The little gray area? Hey, Dan or somebody, can you chat? Say yes or no and confirm. I can't see the picture that clearly.
But I mean, if I looked at it, I would have no idea.
It kind
what
of
they were
does
filming.
actually. Yeah, look like they're. That's awesome.
So that is evidence. Or that's the one from the 1990s. It could be
It
a
could
photo
be.
from
Could
that.
be either one. We have no idea.
Yeah.
It could be a fan film.
So it is
Somebody was
evidence.
just really
It is evidence that someone has a clapper with the Mortal Kombat symbol on it. But we don't actually know if they're filming it though.
you don't really game though, right? You know, Mortal Kombat or none of that stuff, right?
never
But I
game.
know Dan Outback is, so.
Yeah, Dan,
But,
Jack, Ryan, another guy on this. They the guys are planning on doing a gaming segment on the show because
Yeah.
obviously it's big business games.
I'm a big gamer. I used to be, but I never really got into those.
And it's a big part of the
scrollers
entertainment
or the-
industry too. It's
it's
directly
huge.
connected with the filmmaking.
It's as big as film. If
All right.
not, yeah.
And me and Arnie know as much about that as we know about
Sports.
yes. So
It's almost
Oh, wait, hold on,
exactly
so
the
ready?
same because I've seen sports movies and I've seen, video game movies, and never at the time am I aware that this is something that actually happened in sports or this is an actual game.
All right, so real quick before we run out of time,
Yeah,
do you know
just-
who Tabanabu Asano is? Do you recognize
I had
that name?
breakfast with him the other day. Why?
Tadanabu Asano.
No.
Okay, so he played Hogun in Thor Ragnarok. The Asian guy in the party, the kind of the Shogun-looking guy.
Okay.
Anyways, he's going to be in Midway playing. He's going to be in Mortal Kombat for starters.
All right.
And then he's also going to be in Midway playing Admiral Yamaguchi, I think, in
Oh,
a
cool.
film I'm really looking forward to.
Oh,
by
cool.
the way.
Looking forward to that, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of a neat little tie in there. So.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Look forward to.
Stuff.
This went by really quick. This was a fun news segment. But we got to get going. When we come right back, we'll have our special guests on to talk about Hamlet, which you're a part of.
I am.
All right. And so, anyways, your late night live show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. We'll be right back with a special guest.
No.
Again.
What's going on?
Well, we're trying to film a promo for an early late night live show, but Facebook Live keeps kicking us off.
Technical difficulties. Tell me about it.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. All right. It's the early late night let's have it again.
What are you trying to say?
Well, that people should watch the show because we have so much fun, talk entertainment news and things like that, and of course my segment.
Yeah.
I swear, Facebook hates us.
Hey, maybe if we do this.
Ooh. Oh.
Whoops. Accidental selfie.
Yeah. Okay. Look. Let me.
I got it.
No. You apparently don't.
No, I
You don't
do.
actually know what you're doing.
But
All right.
it's my phone.
Yeah. No. Listen. Let me do it. Let me do it.
guys.
You're acting like such a girl.
Oh my gosh, you
Guys,
What?
We're live.
Hey. Join us Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Exeter Channel 98.
And on YouTube when it works.
And we'll talk entertainment news and trash some trailers, and then of course we've got my segment. So don't miss it. Join us on Wednesday night at 7 p.m.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Siblings.
And welcome back to the Early Late Night Live Show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on Exeter Channel 98 and on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube channel. Hi, Mitch.
What's up, Terry?
So sitting with us is special guest Vic Benison, director of Hamlet, and Kyle Peacock, who is Hamlet.
Hello.
So, yeah, don't worry about looking at the cameras. So don't worry about it. Just let the guy in the back
Fantastic.
do it. Just just relax. So great to have you guys on the show. I know Mitch. Mitch, you're working on the project too.
Oh, yes, I am. I have a small role.
All right.
By the name of Laertes. A small role. This
So
guy.
I don't want to start anything right now. But yeah, no. So Vic, give us a little introduction to yourself for the people out there who.
My name is Victor Benison, and I'm one of my big hobbies is theater. I was a software engineer for 30 years, and I'm now retired and enjoying an occasional theater.
Occasional theater. Excuse
Bless
me. I'm
you.
so sorry. My apologies. I'm sorry. But in Kyle, now you're playing Hamlet
Zach.
for the Zach. Why did I call you Kyle?
I don't know. Honestly, I'll take it.
I said Kyle Peacock.
Kyle's
You
kind of
said-
cool.
Yes. I don't know
I'll
why-
accept it.
Yes.
It is a cool name, actually.
Yes.
I'll take Kyle Peacock. That's fun.
Yes, but yeah, I should be
Zach
introducing the
Kyle,
proper
actually.
name on that. Zach Kyle Peacock.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
I mean, honestly, that's what's in the bio, so that's what we're sticking with.
Emily Weidman said, Zach, you look good on camera.
Oh, thank you, Emily.
Right, who's Zach?
She didn't say that about me.
Emily's my best friend and my roommate. Hi, Emily. Thanks for watching.
Yes,
nice.
his name's Kyle. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
Stage name. So is this your first time playing Hamlet?
Yes. First time really doing Shakespeare, in general.
Mm-hmm.
In general, I've done little bit parts here and there, but I've sort of avoided Shakespeare, sort of like the plague. I think I've always seen Shakespeare done, and I've sort of just gone the other direction just because it's intimidating.
Yeah.
But I think I had jumped into it. Vic reached out to me and said, "Hey, you should really audition for this," and sort of jumped right in and have been really enjoying it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Vic was telling us before she says, I mean Kyle. Good, I like Emily. She's a good roommate. I mean Kyle, yeah. Okay, Kyle. Vic was telling me the actual Hamlet play is like 5 hours long or something like that. And you guys.
Well, if you did it in standard American cadence, I suppose they did it faster. But I think even back then they cut it. And the version you see in the first folio is kind of Shakespeare's full thing with all the poetry in it, everything he wanted to be in it. But for an actual production, I'm sure they cut it also, just like we do.
Right. Now, so have you've done Shakespeare before? As your
Well, I
director?
directed The Tempest long ago, and I've been in several other Shakespeares myself as an actor. But I've studied, read a lot about Shakespeare, and Hamlet's just, for me, has always been the greatest play ever written, and I was always afraid to try to direct it. I couldn't possibly do this right.
We're terrified of everything.
But I finally decided that I wanted to do it. It was, my only real bucket list, big bucket list directing job. So finally got the group to approve, let me do it.
We're dropping the links to the play in the description below to make sure you check it out. It's coming up next weekend, the 27th, 28th, and 29th. In October, was it 4th, 5th, and 6th, or
Yes,
something like that?
that's
Yes,
right.
4th, 5th, and 6th. It is in the link below to make sure you check it out. So what is the most challenging part, Kyle, of this of this play so far?
It's just the mass quantity of the lines, I think. So I think out of all of Shakespeare's plays, I think Hamlet has the most lines out of any of his characters. I think uncut, there's 1,400.
Wow.
So that's been sort of the biggest hurdle, I think, is really just trying to get everything memorized and beyond memorized, kind of bringing a fresh kind of take. I think when you do something like Shakespeare, and especially something like Hamlet, the part and the show has been done 1,000,000 times. It's a 400-year-old play. So trying to find something new and something relevant for audiences now, I think, has been a challenge, but also sort of the exciting part of it.
Now, did you watch a film? Did you watch a play? Did you do anything like that to get inspired to how to play the part? Or?
So definitely before I got cast, I watched a few productions, but ever since sort of being in it, I've tried to kind of avoid it as much as possible, just because I think it's impossible when you watch something over and over and over. You sort of let that seep into it, and then at that point you're copying someone else's thing, and it comes out sort of less natural.
And usually it's done wrong anyway, so I don't want to imitate.
How many times have you seen Hamlet?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, stage productions probably 5 or 6 over the centuries, and then of course I've watched several of the movies before, and now I've watched a couple more. Although I didn't start out watching them, I don't like doing that. I want to put my own cast on the thing and then go back and see what other people did.
Right.
Yeah. And
quick shout out. Kate Epper says, "Great voice, Zach." Who's that? Are you a singer as well?
Oh, geez. I've done a few musicals. I don't consider myself a singer by any stretch, but I've been cast in a few musicals. So
she says, "I mean Kyle." Sorry.
Thank you. Please get it right for now.
Right.
Last chance.
VM says, "I'm sad I was replaced, but I know it's for the best. I will still come and see the show. Break a leg, guys." Priscilla, aka Baronet.
Priscilla was doing a terrific job, but her job requirements and such just wasn't working out in terms of getting to rehearsals. So we really hated to lose her. But
because plays are quite a commitment, even as just an
actor.
Yeah,
it's really hard.
Yeah.
And so
we're 3 days a week right now, and next week on Sunday we start literally
every
8
night.
days.
Every day, running the whole show, hopefully.
Yeah.
We haven't managed it
yet. We haven't gone through a whole run yet.
No.
We've been doing probably 1 or 2 acts a night, and it will take the whole time. So we'll start right at 7 and get out around 9:30. So
2.5 hours.
Trying to speak faster to try to get the audience out on time. If To Be or Not to Be comes out, that's why I'm thinking of you guys.
Zach has this tendency to speak very fast, though. And,
I will.
You probably will.
No, I don't want you
night.
to. I want you to slow it down, keep it at the right tempo.
We do have a really good cast of characters, though.
Oh, my God.
So it's going to be something interesting throughout the show. It shouldn't drag on, and if you're paying attention to the words to try to follow things, I think you'll get it, and it will keep you engaged.
So you want my vision?
Sure.
Sure, okay.
Why not?
So my vision is this is a tragedy, okay?
Right.
And there's a lot of sadness in it because almost everybody dies. Well,
Thanks for giving away the ending.
yeah, I'm sorry. Spoiler. Spoiler alert.
400 years, folks, you've had to look this up.
But it's more of a tragedy when these people die if you like them.
Yeah.
And so many versions of Hamlet I've seen, I just don't like any of the characters, or very few. And I mean, in the last one I saw, I didn't even like Ophelia, and I usually like Ophelia, but she was just so crazy through the whole thing. So I wanted the characters to be likable. Polonius, usually they don't make likable, but he's the father of a family, and they love him, even though he's annoying, you know. My father was annoying, you know, but I loved him. So that's my whole vision is to, and you won't see that much anywhere else. That was it, and it's working.
Okay, so don't mind me asking, Kyle, how old are you?
24.
24. So this
24, yep.
How old is the Hamlet character? Because believe it or not, I've never seen a version of Hamlet. Okay.
Oh, really? Usually,
Yeah.
they cast him between mid-30s to mid-40s.
So he's quite young for this, but you're talking
Yes,
as if you're
however,
not in the room.
perhaps the best Hamlet ever done, according to other people, because I wasn't around to see it, was
Besides me.
John Gielgud when he was like 26. He went on to kept doing it until he was in his 40s or 50s. But the play doesn't actually say how old Hamlet is, but he's supposed to be a university student, and kids went to the university when they were 12, 13, 14 in Shakespeare's time. So he really shouldn't be 30 years old. There's a reference in the play that essentially, if you listen to it, says he's 30 years old, but that's really too old.
Right.
And they think he put that in, Shakespeare put that in just so his friend Richard Burbage, who was about 30, could play the part. So I like a young, that's the other thing, other part of my vision is that the Hamlet and Ophelia and Laertes are young-ish. He's her older brother.
Slightly older brother. Although, yeah, my Ophelia, if you will, my Ophelia, but my sister and Laertes' sister, she's like half my age.
Yeah.
In this production. Yeah, literally. Less than.
Wow.
Half my
Mom
age.
and Dad kept going, didn't they? So,
yeah. So I'm going to be applying a lot of makeup.
Family show. Family show. Okay.
Lot of makeup.
Yes. All right. So what has been the biggest challenge for you, Vic, as a director for this production?
Because now getting Zach to slow down.
Cool. If I don't know the lines, I gotta go.
When you're reading from the scripts in the beginning, he reads really fast. I go, whoa, 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 slow down. But no, I'm just kidding.
He's probably a New Englander, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Let's get it over with. We gotta get a coffee.
Gotta go.
Actually, you know what? This has been such a joy to direct. It really has exceeded all my expectations. I've just had so much fun. The cast, it's a lovely cast. We all like each other. We all laugh about things. And I just had a good time. I mean, I've had a lot worse times, believe me, directing plays. It's a lot of work, but it's good. And
sorry.
I do have a question, actually. So what would you say to somebody who's never seen Shakespeare before? They want to go see a show. How would you advise them to pay attention? And what would you give them to help them understand and interpret? Because it's another language.
Well, I don't think it's another language, and I think if everyone enunciates their line, and maybe the lines, and maybe that's one of my biggest challenges I've had, is getting everyone to actually enunciate the lines, say what it is.
What are you talking about?
I have cut out a lot of the stuff where it's talking about things that nobody nowadays knows anything about, because it's all back in London in 1600s.
Right, yeah.
Cut all those out. So it's basically, I mean, neither a borrower nor a lender be. I mean, what's hard about that?
Right.
And also, instead of
as a
using
woodcut to a
British accents,
springe.
instead of using, yeah, I know. Instead of using British accents, I said, look, just straight old American, It's hard enough to understand the language, but if you put a British accent on it, and it's a Danish play.
Right.
I mean, it takes place in Denmark, so why have a British accent?
Because I mean, I actually me and my sister actually were at the Hamlet Castle.
Elsinore, yeah.
Right.
That's
yes.
amazing.
Right. My sister is a very well-educated person when it comes, especially with culture and old plays and stuff like that. And then there's me, who's like, this is cool. The Hamlet play, cool. The Hamlet Castle, cool. I didn't get it at the time until, and so she's getting very mad at me. But it is a very cool castle. I hope the play is as cool.
Well, the funny thing is, the castle wasn't built until right before he wrote the play. He probably knew about it.
So what was the connection? Why is it the Hamlet Castle? I probably should have asked it while I was there.
Elsinore was the royal castle, and I think there was another castle there before they built the one that's there now, and they built that in 1590s something, or 1570 something. Before that, there was an older castle, I'm sure, and the whole tale of Hamlet is inspired by a story that takes place in the 9th century in Denmark, but it really is taking place in Shakespeare's time. I mean, he modernized it, but there's still some throwbacks to the old tale. Things that go on that you say, wait, that couldn't have been 1600s. That had to be back in the thousands. But
yeah. Anyways, we're already out of time, Kyle.
Wow.
But Vic and Kyle, it's great having you guys.
Thank you. Hey, it was great being here.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Looking
and the other thing, they want to come see these two guys sword fight.
Oh,
right.
you two guys get a sword fight.
No comments.
You have a sword fight?
We do.
Oh.
Yeah, it's rapiers.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yes.
We're good. Well, we're making it as good as we possibly can, and it feels like it's going to be really good.
You don't want me to critique you.
You're going to love it.
I'm going to love it?
Bob's a good director.
Good.
Bob Haas is our fight director, and we've been working really hard when we have the energy.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we're looking forward to doing that on stage.
There's a lot to see. 27th, 28th, and 29th in Milford, New Hampshire. We're going to drop the link once again down below for you guys, Milford area players. You'll get to see this young man read a lot of lines. You'll get to see this stoffer right here swing a sword. So it works out pretty well. And you'll get to see Vic, if you look behind the curtain, sweating bullets. All right. Thank you guys for being on the show. We'll be right back with the early late night live show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. We'll be back with Trailer Trash. Catch you later.
All right. All set.
Where's Arnie? I told her 9 o'clock.
Oh, she'll be here.
I'm here, guys. I'm here. Oh, you look great.
Thanks.
Arnie?
Yeah.
We're supposed to be filming promos for the early late night live show.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and didn't you get the text message about the dress code?
Oh, right. Yeah, you said dress appropriately.
And?
Well, I thought you said that on this show you represented independent, angry filmmakers. Mitch represented actors in the industry, and I represented geeks and fangirls.
Yeah?
And you said dress appropriately.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so, appropriate.
Cool.
Watch the early late night live show.
Every Wednesday night at 7 on Exeter 98.
And live on YouTube.
Live long and prosper, y'all.
Arnie?
Yeah.
Get out.
Right.
I like it.
It is the early late night live show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on Exeter Channel 98 and on our YouTube channel, the early late night live show YouTube channel. Please make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and share with your friends alike. Thank you for Vic Benison and Kyle/Zach Peacock for being on the show to promote their film Hamlet, which is going to be at Milford area players. Next weekend and the following weekend. And if you're watching the show on repeat, that's September 27th, 28th, 29th, and October 4th, 5th, and 6th, I believe.
Yeah, we actually had a poster that we didn't show and
right
share,
here.
but it's kind of cool.
Right here, so you guys.
Vic designed the poster, by the way. He does all of Milford area players' posters. He's actually our treasurer as well for the.
Oh, very cool.
Man of many
for the
talents.
group. Yeah,
with the money.
He's been around. He and I have.
Nice to him.
He and I have known each other for 23 years.
Wow.
Since I started in theater.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But we got to get moving on because it's trailer trash, and we keep running late on this show right now. We've had
We
that
just
type of
can't
day.
stop talking today.
So what's our? I have no idea what to talk about. What is our first trailer we have up, KJ?
The first trailer is called Harriet. So Harriet is going to be released November 1st. It's a
Except, of course, this trailer playing right there is Harriet,
There's
right?
Harriet. There she is.
Yeah.
This is the extraordinary tale of Harriet Tubman's escape from slavery and transformation into one of America's greatest heroes, whose courage, ingenuity, and tenacity freed hundreds of slaves and changed the course of history. It's put out by Focus Features, and it's got a pretty impressive cast, including Janelle Monáe, which I believe I'm saying correctly, Leslie Odom Jr., and it, anyway, so that's it.
Very impressive cast. One name you couldn't remember, the other person you don't know what they played in.
Well, Cynthia, I like know their names. I know their faces from other things.
Faces, yeah. I'm much better with faces. Like, I know you. I don't know your name or where I met you.
I don't know. Like, please don't pop quiz me. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't. Pardon my stupidity in history. I don't really know the story of Harriet Tubman, but judging by this trailer, it's a woman who was escaped and then went back to rescue more.
Yes, and she went back in, freed hundreds of slaves, helped them along the Underground Railroad.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a really amazing story. I believe she wrote her memoirs later on. That's how we know so much about her.
Wow.
She was a big figure in the Underground Railroad. I really like this because there's a lot of talk lately, especially about getting more women into movies, making more movies about women, and then they go and either convert male movies into female movies or take male figures from history and turn them into female. This one's actually about a real female
really
who
existed.
actually really did stuff, and it's played by a woman playing the correct role in the correct time period. So I'm like super excited about this because it's actually a true story.
Yeah.
But they didn't doctor too much for Hollywood. So I think the visuals look great. I'm going right into my, hope you don't mind, my analysis of it.
Yeah, no.
I think the visuals look great. The music's great. The acting looks good. I don't know. It looks really solid to me.
Yeah, I am. I'm definitely in favor of this. It's gonna be intense.
Yes.
But this is definitely top marks for this one. I mean, historical films are very tricky because they have to sometimes change and make them seem entertaining, which is making them less realistic, you know. But I mean, I highly doubt this story needed much exaggeration to be an intense story. You know what I mean? I mean, that ending shot right there is pretty, pretty intense. So I mean,
Be Free or Die. I like that. And they even borrowed from our state. Isn't that nice?
I know. I know.
To be or not. Wait. That's
Wrong
Out of
thing.
Hamlet, Back to America.
Yes, back to America. All right. Don't be talking about a British guy talking about someone from Denmark, okay?
I like how Dan switched the camera to me thinking that I was going to actually do the monologue.
All right.
Psych.
Well, let's do your opinion on this, Mitch, and let's go right into the rating because we're pushing our schedule.
Of course, yeah. So real quick, based on history, reality, a story that hasn't been told that I'm aware of. It may have been somewhere else, but it looks really well shot and pretty solid production quality. And I'm interested in just history, and I love period pieces. And they can do some aerial shots in there that probably bring some CG in to really kind of get you a feel for what society was like back then. And I love that stuff.
It looks. I mean, it looks like it has like the same type of visual feel to me as like The Patriot, which I really like.
Yes.
Yes. You know, so it has that type of gritty, beautiful look. So
A+ for the quality of the trailer and the content and the subject
the
matter.
armored battleships in the background. I
Yeah.
love that.
And to move things along, I probably won't see it in theaters, but I'm gonna give it 2 thumbs up as a trailer.
Yeah. All right, KJ.
Okay, I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up.
Yeah,
Solid work
and
here.
I'm gonna go 2 thumbs up too because I agree with KJ on this. It's just nice to see it's a real story, but a real person really doing this thing. So quick shout out to Jem Levitt. Hannah my girlfriend is in the YouTube room right now. So yes, hi. Gotta say hi. Smiley face. Now let's move on to the next trailer.
You're so cute.
I'm really excited about this next trailer. Do you have anything for this next trailer?
Yes, I do. The dates
Arnie
are
just gave this
confusing me.
look that is just like.
This movie may have already come out, but I haven't seen the trailer before.
Did you do a trailer for a movie that already came out, Arnie?
Yes, apparently I was not aware that it came out.
When did it come out?
Well, that's not important right
When did
now.
it come out?
It says here 2017.
This came out almost 3 years ago? Are you serious?
Well, that's what IMDb says. It could be lying to me.
Okay, where can this film be found? So
I don't know. Let's just play the trailer.
Okay,
Anyway. The
what's
trailer looks good. We haven't reviewed it yet.
I'll tell you where it can be found once we're.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's
So this is called what is it called?
The Current War.
Current
The Current War. Thank you. It's the dramatic story about a race between Titans Thomas Edison and George Westinghouse to determine whose electrical system would power the modern world. It stars Benedict Cumberbatch, Tom Holland, and Nicholas Hoult.
Well, not only Nicholas Hoult, it actually stars, oh my goodness gracious, the guy playing Westgate is, he played General Zod. The other one is Doctor Strange and Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's a pretty intense cast.
Right, yeah, and I do like how the Marvel and the DC guy are going against each other, you know?
Oh yeah, I didn't put that
Right,
together.
right, yes.
So I apologize. This is not a current film coming out, but
I love
Current
it
War
though. It's
trailer.
awesome. It's a good trailer.
Yes. Now, I love the history of this because this is like, I mean, these guys changed the world. Nicholas Tesla's in this too. I mean, Tesla car is named after Nicholas Tesla, who's.
Yes, it's the current fatty thing to say. It's like, oh, Edison stole Tesla's idea. Like that's a current
Right, yeah.
thing to say.
I don't think it's true, right?
I have no idea. I don't
Right.
care. I'm just sick of hearing about it.
Right,
They're both dead. Let's let it go.
Right, I mean, it's this movie looks really good. There's interesting stories of what these guys did. I mean, these guys literally, changed the world. Changed the way we look. Literally changed the way we looked at the world. I mean, it's incredible. Who would have thought to get electricity across the continent? I mean, just to think about that. Who would have said we're going to start doing that? I mean, it's unbelievable, and it's got a really great cast in it. So, Michael Shannon, that's the name of the guy who played General Zod in Man of Steel. And I love how this looks. I really, really love the visuals in this. I don't know who Tom Holland is playing in this, and I don't get him in the trailer though. It's like
why is this little pipsqueak going around?
That's exactly it. We have these really, really, epic actors who have got real gravitas on the screen. And then you got like a 5-year-old, and then you got.
I mean, he is cute. He's always adorable.
Right, but it takes away from.
See, I was misled. It said it's coming out in October. I just assumed it meant this October.
Well, here's the thing. Apparently, it was delayed. The shooting was delayed. I'm trying to get clarity on it, but it was supposed to be released at one point, and it was delayed for 2 years with reshoots and scenes added and so forth. So it very well could have been released this year. Some of these comments are coming out from July of this year, saying the movie is X and Y and Z. So something weird is going on.
Because the link for the YouTube link, we scroll up in the Facebook. There we go. Not that far. For the film we're talking about, doesn't matter. It says
IMDb listed as a 2019
yeah.
release.
Okay, all right. So I'm not totally.
Not
So
that
all right.
old.
What's
That's
with you
good.
two in the trailers today? Because you, the Mortal Kombat thing, though, didn't realize the symbol for Mortal Kombat was on it, like on the photo.
I was misled by the 2019 on the label.
Right, yes.
I was distracted by all the little bits of information that were on the clapboard.
You probably can read the clapper. I'm looking at it going like, oh, look at the pretty lights.
Can I just say this, that you guys are supposed to be the ones with the actual information on this show, and I'm just supposed to be the meathead who just is saying stuff.
Why? Can I go into my critique of this
Oh, yes,
trailer?
right,
All
yes.
Yeah, please do.
I just want to say my only real critique is that Benedict Cumberbatch does not look like Mickey Rooney or Spencer Tracy, and I find that really distracting. Other than that, it looks like a good film. And the references, there was Edison the boy and Edison the man,
Yes.
the two movies that we watched as homeschoolers growing up. It was amazing.
It was a pretty good film, yeah.
Yeah, I learned a lot about Edison from that.
Yeah, so.
He's sort of a homeschool hero because he was homeschooled.
Well, he was kicked out of school.
Well, yeah. It's too irritating to be in school, so they threw him out.
Yes.
He was homeschooled.
He was homeschooled by default.
So, but
Yeah,
weren't we all? I mean,
Were we all?
How much time do we have left?
Yes. Yeah,
Yes, Mitch, we want your take on
Just
this.
go into your rating too, Mitch. Go into your rating.
Okay, so I love science and technology, and the history of the light bulb and electricity and all that stuff is pretty fascinating to me. And I was as I was watching the trailer, I felt to myself, how exciting could this possibly be? Because it's really just a
a political war for all intents and purposes. It's about, you know,
Yes,
so, which didn't really excite me all that much. So it could be kind of slow and boring, but I'd be curious about the information. I'd probably watch it for the character, and Cumberbatch is amazing, and it looks really cool. And Tesla is a fascinating individual. So there might be some of that stuff in there, but overall, as a subject matter, I'd be kind of curious to see how they make it exciting and engaging.
I want to see if they have a scene where they're trying to explain to an old lady that they're going to run wires that carry electricity in their walls. I'm like, doesn't that sound like, how do they explain that to an old lady?
How do you explain electricity?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's like little rivers of fire going through walls. Don't worry, it's not going to catch anything on fire. Your house won't explode. I can just picture them trying to explain it to my
Even
mom.
though it does catch on fire.
It occasionally explodes.
There was one part that kind of made me interesting. It was funny. It was like, you're about to kill 26,000 people. I was thinking it was one of the lines.
What? Yeah, there is, yeah.
Something like that.
That was just Tom Holland being, you know, weird.
Right. I'm trying to curious, how
Your
is...
collar's a little too tight there, Tom. Calm down.
Right, I am curious, how is running electricity to a place going to kill, you know, there's a lot of very terrible, sad things that go on particular continents in this world. They don't have as much electricity as, like, electricity brings life. Let's just say that, okay?
Sure.
You know, so it can end life if you're not careful, but, you know, that then goes back to the wiring in the walls thing. Have an electrician.
I really hope they have a scene like that in the movie. Trying
Yeah.
to explain to his mom or something like
Yeah.
that.
Anyways, let's do the rating. To start me, 2 thumbs up. Really, 2 thumbs up. The trailer was intense. I find the story very fascinating. I've watched some documentaries on some of these guys. I find that era of history where, I mean, the internet was like the next thing after that. The internet was really the next thing that changed the world. The light bulb and electricity changed the entire world. This is nothing besides obviously wars had that type of an effect on everyday life.
Yeah.
You know, since it to me, except for the internet.
Right, created the Industrial Revolution, which is,
Yeah.
you know.
Right. I mean, how much of life changed because of this? So, Mitch, your thoughts on this?
Solid thumb up, subject matter and so forth. I'm kind of a little reluctant to put a second one up, so I'm sideways in them.
Okay.
Just because I think it's going to be hard to make it exciting.
All right, Arnie?
Well, because of Edison, we're able to do this now. so I had to give it 2 thumbs up. Thank you for the moving pictures, dude. Thank you for the electricity, dude.
Jem Levitt says, calm. I guess I was getting kind of excited.
Thanks for the microwave, dude.
Here's my microwave. Anyways, it's your Late Night Live show on every Wednesday night, 7 to 8, or next to Channel 98, and on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube channel. When we come back for the final part of the show, we're going to be talking with Mitch about something he wanted to talk about last week, and I totally forgot to give him the time. So we'll be right back.
What's going on? Oh, hey, we're starting a new show.
I'm hosting. So are we. I even wore my suit.
Yeah, we thought at this point it would be probably a little bit better to aim at a younger audience, so we hired Kate. And them.
Wait, them? Our names are them?
Shut up.
Except we won't talk sports, we're not gonna talk politics, just entertainment.
That's the same as my show.
Or not that original.
Get out.
Stay.
Terry, this is my show.
Want to keep your job?
You're fired.
What?
I'm here.
Show's canceled.
Hey Terry, how's it going?
Hey, this laptop's having sound issues again.
Yeah, it seems to be a common theme around here.
Why would this stupid thing work?
Oh, I know IT. Let me take a look.
I feel like this happens every week. We really need to get on top of this.
I'm sure Dan's doing the best that he can.
Yeah, Dan.
Oh, there it is. You had it muted.
I did not have it muted.
And
damn it, Dan.
I really think pink is the perfect color for a balloon.
Pink is the perfect color for a balloon.
Yeah, it's absolutely perfect. It looks like cotton candy. It floats up in the sky. It's just a happy symbol against blue.
You ever just float balloons in the air and shoot them with BB guns?
Well, we weren't allowed to have BB guns. As
Really?
kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Well, no, we probably survived because of it. Like, it's most likely my brother. Oh, guys, we're on the air. Okay. All right. Oh, yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. Welcome back to the Joey Late Night Live Show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on Exeter Channel 98 and our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube channel. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and stream with us.
Stream with us.
Stream with us.
And that voice
Make a
sounds
show.
creepy or dirty. So stop it.
I think that kind of goes together, creepy and dirty.
Yeah, probably.
Yes. All right, but Mitch Fortier, you wanted to bring this up, and we were supposed to talk about it last week, but
And I wanted to talk about it the week before. Actually, so
rub it in, why don't you? Okay.
well, you didn't know. We just ran out of time. And stuff,
Yeah.
So,
So hit the road, Jack.
But pretty big topic, right? Of streaming media, the whole Disney, Netflix, Amazon, everybody is getting involved with this, right? So this is going to change the landscape of television. It's changing the landscape of television.
Right.
You know,
and theater too, because some films are going directly to streaming and not actually.
there you go. We were
going
talking
movie
about that
theaters.
earlier, right?
Mhm.
And how this year was apparently one of the lowest box office recordings, at least in a certain period of time, perhaps.
I mean, I made a joke in the monologue, but it was actually kind of true. I didn't really read the full article, but no, I was basically saying that I think it was like Disney hauled in like an enormously high percentage of the income from box office ticket sales. But on top of that, though, we actually have, I think, one of the lowest record box office sales as a whole since like the 90s or something like that. And I mean, someone can double check that if they want.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if it was less than 25% of the actual total box office, I'd be surprised.
Right, yeah.
With the way the Marvel films were doing this year, right?
Right.
So,
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
But that just, the lower box office sales, I think, has been a trending kind of thing. That people are now putting in less seats in theaters. They used to be these small seats.
Mhm.
Now they've got these big cushy seats with the, you can lean back in, and they're trying to make that experience something more than what it was, to draw
Right.
more people in and make people want to come back.
Which I
for
will say
that
this,
reason.
I am very glad about those new leaning back seats.
Yeah, me too.
In
Yeah.
movie theaters, do not watch it when you're tired, because you will fall asleep if you're getting old. All right, if you're like me and you fall asleep easily now, you will definitely fall asleep in the movie theater.
They're
I'm
usually
talking about
pretty
you,
cold,
Lincoln.
though.
I'm talking about, huh?
Theaters are usually chilly.
I sleep good.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You like the cold.
Yeah, you like the hot weather.
Lizard.
Lizard. Cold-blooded animals like hot weather.
That's true. There are cold lizards. Are there snow lizards? There got to be a snow lizard somewhere out there.
No, I don't think there's anything a snow lizard.
No?
You were just
No
trying
snow
to-
lizards?
Yeah, no snow lizard.
So Apple's opening launch in November.
Snow lizard. Can we actually get on
Shut
the
up.
topic?
That's going to be the next creature that J.J. Abrams creates for no
Yes.
apparent reason in Star Wars. There, bing, we hit the Star Wars button this time. All
A
right,
snow
moving on.
lizard, yes, you know.
Nope, no snow lizards. They
No
can't come
snow
out.
No snow lizards, no.
Lizard.
I can just picture them with like little reflective scales to pick up the sun.
So, so I kind of look at the streaming wars, and I start to think about the overall business impact it'll have in people's lives as people start to be able to get the content that they want and not having to subscribe to cable channels or satellite dishes and get a bunch of stuff they don't want. Right? It's going to change how people buy their media. The only thing they'll need is the internet, and so that brings up a whole conversation in and of itself for me. But
Well, what started that sort of wave is what happened to music first. So music went to CDs, and then it went to Napster. And I know a certain person on this couch that stole a lot of music. I think
said couch.
I think we
Did
can
you
cut the
mean- did you mean
camera
chair?
to a certain
No, we mean
female
couch.
that's sitting on the couch.
I was
who
young,
maybe-
impressionable, and Mark said it was okay.
you wouldn't be.
And I really love John Fogerty and couldn't afford it. So. Which just makes me feel sad now. Anyway.
Oh man.
So yeah, because it started with that. That cut down on CD sales. Yeah, I said that right. Yes,
Yeah.
CD
CDs,
sales.
compact disc.
Compact disc sales, records and stuff like that. And so performance artists had to start doing more live shows. People didn't really want to do as many live shows because they could get the music, you know. On the flip side, now there are more people who are like, I want to go see it live. And I personally think that's what's going to eventually happen with film. is that we're going to be so much people sitting at home wanting to sit, to just watch something at home. Oh, I can just watch at home and be lazy. But I think part of the thrill, that's always been part of the thrill of going to the movies, is going to the movies. Is the fact that you don't get to hit pause, that you got this one shot of watching.
And you get to hear everyone react to it. Like, I remember being in Star Wars when Episode 1 came out.
Yeah.
And the banner came up, and it was the first time we'd seen a new Star Wars movie in a long time, and everyone just started clapping and shouting when George Lucas films came on screen. And I remember just being part of all that energy and everything. So I agree with you. I think this is great because lower budget films now have a place to go. Before, if it was just the theater, it was much harder to make a small budget or a small, like a Harriet or something like that.
Right.
It would be very hard to make because there's a limited audience for it. Now, Netflix can take it on, and the people who want to see it find it. They're going to stay home anyway. It's not like they weren't going to go out to the theater to watch it.
Right.
But they have a place for it, and the theater will then become the place where the big budget films, the big splashy films like Endgame, are viewed in a group of your peers.
Right. So that's actually a good point. I didn't really think about that actually, but theaters could theoretically get a boost for all intents and purposes from the amount of content that's being produced right now and the way that people are kind of gravitating towards more of the experiential as opposed to just the the binge watching stuff, although that still clearly exists.
Yep.
So interesting to see how that goes. You guys think theaters are dead, or do you think that they could make a comeback?
Yeah, comment below, because this is, it happened with plays. When movies came out, all of a sudden, obviously plays took a hit. Plays have not gone away, though, clearly. Our guest tonight, we're hosted by you.
Well, yeah. Well, interesting thing, plays do struggle a little bit in New Hampshire because there's so much theater in New Hampshire, but that's just because there's so much theater in New Hampshire.
Right.
And there's only so many people at this point, but as population grows, I think theater will just continue to thrive.
But there's something about seeing it live. I used to go see Shakespeare at the Bar, I think it was called, in Portsmouth, and they'd have the scripts in their hand, the actors, and just wander throughout the crowd at the bar. And there was something really interesting about watching Hamlet or Macbeth being played out in front of you and them interacting with you at the time. So I don't think live theater is going to go away, and I don't think the regular theater is going to go away.
Because, I heard once that because of the digital technology, all right, there was never going to be any need for actors. I bet you someone, when the first frozen meal came out, said, there's going to be no more need for freshly cooked food.
Or restaurants, right?
Well, they said that when the Kindle came out. They said, electronic books are going to come out and people, paper books are going to go away. And I remember I was talking to a tech geek at the time, and I laughed at him. I said, "You're not a bookworm, are you?" Yes. We don't have the book.
Mom and pop stores struggle, but
they do. But like the paper books, they're actually like I think 51 to 49% of the books sold are that's
really?
split. Wow. Yeah, because it went like this, and then it went and zeroed out, and they kind of expect it to stay that way. Because you buy ebooks for a very different reason than you buy paper books. And honestly, everyone's on their screens so much that having a paper book is just a different experience.
Yeah.
Well, I don't ever want to read a book. I'm getting, believe it or not.
I don't ever want to read a book?
No, typically, I don't.
Me neither, actually.
But the older I've gotten, the more I've wanted to get back into reading books because everything's so fast nowadays.
Yeah.
And my speaking is so fast in general, that I have to physically do something to slow down my brain, to slow down things and just relax. And to me, reading a book is starting to be that thing I'm looking forward to now because it's causing you to, but I don't ever want to read it on a screen because you're right, we live on screens. A guy at my day job was saying, you were on your phone all the time working on your film stuff at every break. I'm either talking to Hannah or I'm on the phone talking to you typically, Arnie.
You guys are in the middle of a production, so that makes sense.
Right, yeah.
I'm the same
You
way.
say it like it's a bad thing anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, so Mitch.
Or disdainful.
Where do you think what do you think is going to happen with the streaming versus theater?
Streaming versus theater.
That's basically what it is.
My instinct is that because there's so much engaging content, and that's some of the information I was going to provide, that because there's so much engaging content and it's so cheap to put it into a platform. And I think that that's going to be a little bit of a catalyst for the theaters kind of maybe seeing a little bit of a lull too, because like, for example, Apple Plus, you're launching in November with $10 a month in 150 countries. They're going to spend $6 billion on original content.
Whoa.
Wait, for original content projects, $50 billion in service. They're expecting $50 billion in service fees. So they're going to spend $6 billion in content in over a period of time, and be up to $50 billion by 2020. Oprah, Abrams, each company is bringing up their own way of trying to tap into a market that they feel that they have access to. Because, like Netflix may be more family oriented, perhaps, Amazon, and so forth. But anyway, so Disney Plus, NBC, AT&T, all of these companies are just putting in tons and tons of money to make their product viable and to bring in subscribers.
AT&T streaming
So
site.
what's that going to do to theater,
I think-
television?
I think TV is really the big one. Is how is it going to impact TV? I think that might be more seriously impacted than.
I think we know the
AT&T
answer.
owns
Who the heck is watching
DirecTV.
TV?
Yeah. So,
Hopefully you guys.
so I would not buy stock in Comcast based on their television sales right now, or
Yes.
DirecTV for that matter.
Right. But keep tuning in to the Early Late Night Live Show, because we are on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on Exeter Channel 98 and on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube channel. So sorry, we went please subscribe, thank you. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, share with your friends, families, and enemies alike. And we're running late tonight.
Don't forget to see Hamlet.
Don't forget to see Hamlet on the 27th, 28th, and 29th, and 4th, 5th, and 6th. For the Milford Players, link is in the description below. Check them out, Milford Players, on Facebook and on their website, I believe.
MilfordAreaPlayers.org.
MilfordAreaPlayers.org. And sorry folks, we got to run. Who's our
Bye.
guest for next
See
week,
ya.
Arnie?
Denise Shannon.
Denise Shannon will be on the show next week, and we'll hopefully see you too. All right, we'll see you later. Take care. Hey, you made it. Thank you for watching our show, and be sure to join us next week at 7 p.m. on our YouTube channel. Hey, you made it. Thank you for watching our show, and be sure to join us next week at 7 p.m. on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show in Exeter Channel 98.
And if you have any questions or want to be a guest on the show, you can email killarneyt@gmail.com. There might be a link or some info somewhere around here.
Below. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe on Facebook and YouTube. You won't regret it.
We
They
hope.
won't regret it.
Yeah.
Terry Trainer Show. There's some things